Hello, sports fans. I'm Dudley Thompson, and welcome again now to Make We Talk Sports 96.0.1 on this year FM dial. A lot of sports took place over the weekend, and some not so good news for Jamaica when it comes on to the female football team. Didn't do as expected, but we are aware that the female team didn't do all that as planned. And the team they went down in their opening game. They went 1-0 to Mexico, and they played their second game against Canada, and only a win could see the Reggae Girls through to the other round of the Olympic qualifiers. But it wasn't meant to be, and they went down by a huge margin. They went down by 9 goals to nil at the hands of the Canadian team in that qualifiers. And as we told you in earlier program, if the Sunshine Girls, sorry, keep us on, if the Reggae Girls fail in this bid, there's not too much you can say about the coaching staff. As we all know, while the top teams in the region were in preparation mode, like the USA, the Canadians, the Costa Ricans, and the Panamanians, our football program were in limbo. The coach has resigned, and the JFF took some time to appoint a new head coach. And meanwhile, our program was in turmoil. Other people were in camp and preparing. So when you see what happened with the Reggae Girls in that Olympic qualifier, there's much you can say about the coaches. But we went on the streets, and we get some views from listeners about that defeat there in 9-0. Also, inside today's program, we look at the Strakovic winning the Australian Open, racing from Caymanas Park, and also football local and overseas. And we have some guests in studio. We talk about the a 5K. Yes, a 5K. And it will be held to raise funds for a worthy cause. And hopefully we'll join by our guests later on inside the studio. Talk about it's a all right, it's 96.1 the Reggae Girls, and it's sad to say that they went down by that such a huge margin in that football tournament. There over there is the Olympic qualifiers tournament, and that was really a huge defeat as Jamaica Reggae Girls hopes of reaching the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, and it came to an abrupt end after they were clobbered 9-0 at the hands of the Canadians, one of the leaders in Group B. That's in the CONCACAF Olympic Women's Qualifier, and the match was played in Houston, defeat. Let's hear now from the coach of the Reggae Girl. He spoke during the post-match press conference, the coach of the Reggae Girls.
Cases suffer from quote unquote stage fright a bit, but these things happen unfortunately when you don't show up to play against one of the best teams in the world. They punish you for the little mistakes, and one of our goals going into the game was to make sure that we were organized and disciplined in our shape, and unfortunately we didn't do that. So obviously myself and the coaching staff will take some responsibility for that to show some pride. And the only way you're able to do that after playing a game or experiencing such a defeat against Canada is to show up there and show what your character is. And the reality is that's what it comes down to. There's nothing that we can do about it now. We have to look, analyze, and build. But the reality is that as a professional and as a patriot, you must be able to put that aside and go out there and get the victory against St. Kitts.
You heard there from the coach of the Sunshine Girls. I know it's a bad beating we got last night by 9 goals, Saturday night by 9 goals to nil. A huge defeat there for the Reggae Girls in the Olympic qualifier. And the coach said they got like a stage fright and ill prepared, and they were much rusty going in the terms of, as I said to you earlier, when Jamaicans were in turmoil about court to resign, can't pay players, can't pay court. Got some reactions from some persons who were not too pleased with that 9-0 defeat at the hands of the Canadians.
Me I hear said the Jamaica team get 9 low from Canada last night, man. A total disrespect that to the country, man. Them not going good at all. I feel it to my.
But though I'm opposite because I cannot play ball. So I don't know what them did I go through. Them probably tired or I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well, my view is I'm still a proud Jamaican because when we win, it's all thumbs up. But when we lose, we don't. We
all organizations to say what you have been doing over the years to contribute to Jamaica and the economy in terms of, your activities giving back to society and improving lives in general. So it is March 1st again, and this will be held at the Emancipation Park, very central area that everybody can just come and enjoy what is taking place. And of course, after the award ceremony, we'll be having like a surprise guest artist. So it's a whole, we're trying to have a great package for everybody. So let me tell you a percentage to the Alzheimer's Foundation, which is also a non-profit organization. And let me take this opportunity to also not only welcome persons to join hands and hearts with this Jamaica Association of Social Workers now, but to also thank those persons who have already said, yes, I am for this cause. The Mona Social Services at UWI Mona campus, Northern Caribbean University. Thank you. When we call Jamaica, how you can partner with us or participate rather in this event.
All right. Again, it's for a very worthy cause at the moment. You're not joined by our YouTube audience right now. They see the live on YouTube. All right. And this is for a very worthy cause. And it's gonna start at Emancipation Park.
Yes.
I'm gonna be. I want to do the route now for the 5K run walk. And the prizes that for the contestant who finish in the top positions.
So definitely we'll be having trophies and monetary prizes. I can't say affirmatively what the monetary prize is, but definitely we know the usual trophy is coming up. Will be given. Also, as it pertains to the route, we're trying our best to not interfere with the main areas of Emancipation Park. So one of our race advisors, he has shown us a route that will really, let me not, don't hold me to this right now, but I know that it will go on some non-major roads that will definitely not interfere, will do major interference rather with the activities surrounding that area. So it's going to go into a horseshoe. So it's the same way that the route that we take to go up, we'll take to go down. And of course, we have a lot of persons managing the event. So just to ensure that everything goes well.
Wow, so it's good to go again for a very worthy cause. That's important party for a very worthy cause.
Yes. So we're welcoming Jamaica to come out. Let me tell you, it's not just JASWA promoting what social workers do, but it's also a movement because when people hear about social worker, one of the main thing them think, oh, the person going to take away your children or the person going to come in your yard, come look or hand out soup or giving out something. No, it's not. Social work is so much bigger than that. Social work is giving direct and indirect impact to persons that actually, not just persons, but groups and communities to build their capacity. So if you can think about something in society that is not functioning at its best, you pair a good social worker with that organization, with that cause, with that person, and I can assure you that our work can improve that person's life significantly.
All right. How can work of social workers can have an impact in the sporting arena?
Listen, Mr. McGlennon asked a question. So, yes, and we are on Make We Talk Sport. You can remember, Mr. Thompson, that I'm a part of the Augustone rugby football team, and we
Yeah.
used to come here
Yeah.
to do interviews to talk about the great work that we were doing.
Yeah.
So behind all the winning for the Augustone rugby team, who were national champions for 4 years straight, you know,
I remember those days. I remember.
yes, behind all of that, we had persons on that team that were from, and I'm not putting any stereotype or discrimination from inner city communities, but the rugby team at that time was comprised of persons predominantly from inner city communities who are disadvantaged, who have some impaired, some levels of impairment. And of course, what our program did, it was a Rugby Against Violence project. Mind you, I was not a social worker at that time, a trained social worker, and I'm still in training, might I add. But the work that we do will involve counseling, right? Counseling is very important in terms of talking with persons to see where they're at in terms of their environment, what their strengths are, what are their potentials, and see how we can use those things to better the person's life. So of course, sports was one of those things for those gentlemen who, if you know a Denham Town community, if you
Yes.
know Augusttown community, and we had our Rugby Against Violence initiative to say, listen, let's turn all this aggression into something that is art and something beautiful. And once they bought into that, we used their strength to improve their lives. And I can tell you, almost everybody, some person may say a visa is not a big thing,
Yeah.
but I can tell you, almost all my players played for the national rugby team, represented
Wow.
Jamaica. You know, that is a great thing. And you can just imagine what that does to their self-esteem, right? And it's not just rugby, it's almost every sport. There's the discipline that comes with it. And social work, when you're doing any form of intervention, it's a contractual thing. So I am here as your social worker to help you better your life. Are you willing to meet me halfway to ensure that this is done? So I'll hold you to what you say. And I held those gentlemen to what they said at the time and what they wanted for their lives. I recently heard that one of them, Mr. Shamar Curry, let me big you up. He's now enlisted in the Jamaica defense, this JDF. Yes. So congratulations. And all these players, they got the opportunity to travel, to make money from the sport. The discipline also helped them to get jobs, to help secure their families. So that's a practical explanation of what social work does in sports.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yes, I love things.
I remember the Augustone team couldn't have spot to train during those days. And they train over UA and the hard time.
Yeah, tell you night, but they weathered the storm. But of course, they said the hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory, and they did enjoy victory. And the management team at that time ensured that they did.
Well, so come the 1st of March, all road leads to the Emancipation Park for this grand social workers 5K walk run. Remind us of the date again and time again and registration again.
Oh, as for me go down, I can tell you straight up. It's March 1st, everybody. 6:30 a.m. at the Emancipation Park. Of course, we will be having warm-up activities in the morning, and thereafter we estimate that about an hour and a half we will take to 2 hours for the 5K walk run. We will return to Emancipation Park to have the award ceremony and a small concert. I won't say yet who the surprise artist is, but I can assure you that is somebody who their best heart is the people of Jamaica. And definitely it's gonna be a beautiful day. Take out the kids, take out the family. Social workers is results in the organization. So I must commend Jamaica for making that bold move for including social workers in your organization. So, organization, I'm also asking you to support those sectors in your organization, that the social work department, the service department, and also you have an opportunity to come out on the day. Vendors, I say it's only $6,000 for vendor opportunities, and it's just going to be awesome. I can assure you. And of course, it will be hosted by me. And let me pick up Miss Eva Ford for this. She's the president of JASO. Let me apologize for her. She did not make it today because we have so many activities happening, meetings and so set up for this event. So she sent her apologies. This is her brainchild and Mr. Stephen Richards, right? I am here helping with the planning and coordinating and PR and marketing because that's my strength, you see. And I must commend the organization also for making this step to highlight the importance of health is a part of a complete well, or in extension dissatisfied or having issues with relating to different things in your life, that is definitely interfering with your mental health. So she took the initiative to highlight the importance of mental health awareness on this day, and also promote the profession of social work to positively impact the Jamaican society. I tell you, I can see greater things happening for the social work profession in Jamaica. And I encourage everybody to research more what social work does, and also see how you can give back in some meaningful
And the 5K, 1st of March Emancipation Party got to be there. Thanks for passing through the studios.
org for more information on that. So that's GOJASW.org. Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Dudley Thompson.
And you're most welcome. All right. Welcome there. 96.1 on this year FM band. Take a quick pause for the cause and come back here inside. We talk sports. Here, Roots 96.1 FM. We are the authentic voice of Jamaica's inner city. Take a quick pause and come right back there to you.
Every Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m.
All right, and welcome back to Make We Talk Sports. You just heard there from Miss Christina Gay Gill. Yeah, man, the social was 5 to their Make We Talk 49 points, and Chelsea they played to a 2-all score line, 3 points, and their Castle is 12th on and West